Welcome to the MOTO Freak channel. Greetings to all viewers, subscribers, supporters. So to the point, the Toyota 2.0 D-4D engine, specifically the 1AD is a member of Toyota's AD engine family, designed primarily for the European market and introduced around 2006. It represented a significant step forward in terms of emissions control and refinement for Toyota's smaller diesel offerings, moving towards lighter construction and more advanced systems than its predecessor, the 1CDFDV. It was commonly found in models like the Toyota Avensis, Toyota Auris, Toyota Corolla, Toyota Verso, and some Toyota RAV4 models. History and versions. Introduction. The 1AD was introduced in 2006, replacing the 1CDFDV as Toyota's mainstream 2.0-liter D-4D engine. It was part of the AD series, which also includes the 2.2-liter 2AD and 2AD designed with an aluminum cylinder block with cast iron liners for lighter weight and improved thermal efficiency. Configuration. It's an inline 4-cylinder, 16-valve DOHC, double overhead camshaft engine. Displacement. 2.0 liters, 1,998 cubic centimeters. Turbocharger. Equipped with a variable nozzle turbocharger, VNT or VGT, for optimal boost response across a wide RPM range, and usually an intercooler. Fuel system. Common rail direct injection system, typically by Denso, operating at high pressures, up to 1,700 bar. Emissions technology, designed to meet Euro 4 and later Euro 5 standards. Many versions, especially in later production years, incorporated a diesel particulate filter, DPF, and some advanced versions, like the DCAT, which used the 2ADFHV variant, also had a NOx storage catalyst, DPNR, which sometimes used a fifth injector for regeneration. The 1AD FDV could be found with or without a DPF depending on market and year. Power and torque variations. The 1AD FDV had a few power output variations. Initial versions approximate 2006 to 2009 around 93 kilowatts, 126 horsepower, 127 PS, and 300 Nm, 221 lb-ft of torque. Later versions approximate 2009 onwards saw slight adjustments, sometimes to 91 kilowatts, 122 horsepower, 124 PS, and 310 Nm, 229 lb-ft of torque, often with a focus on better emissions and fuel economy. Review and opinions. The 1AD FDV received mixed reviews, often praised for its refinement and economy, but also widely known for a critical flaw. Refinement. Generally considered to be smoother and quieter than older Toyota diesels, particularly the 1CD FDV. This made it suitable for passenger cars like the Avensis. Fuel economy. Good for its class, especially on longer runs, contributing to lower running costs. Performance. Adequate for its intended applications, offering decent low-end torque for daily driving, though not particularly punchy compared to some European rivals. Durability. Controversial, while the timing chain and many ancillaries are robust, a fundamental design flaw overshadowed its potential for reliability. Advantages. Good fuel economy. Known for efficient operation, especially for its power output. Relatively refined. Smoother and quieter than some older or competitor diesels, enhancing passenger comfort. Timing chain. Uses a timing chain, which is typically designed for the life of the engine, reducing scheduled maintenance costs associated with timing belt replacement. Lightweight design. Aluminum block contributes to overall vehicle weight reduction. Modern emissions control. Ability to meet stricter European emission standards, Euro 4/5. Disadvantages. Cylinder head gasket/block corrosion issues. This is the most significant and well-known flaw. Corrosion/pitting could occur under the head gasket on the aluminum block, particularly around the cylinder walls, leading to coolant leaks, overheating, and ultimately head gasket failure. This often required costly engine removal and machining of both the block and head. It's a fundamental design issue for which there was no simple fix, sometimes appearing even on factory new engines. High oil consumption. Some 1AD FDV engines were prone to higher than expected oil consumption, even from new. This can be due to stuck piston rings or issues with the turbocharger. DPF problems on DPF-equipped models. As with many early DPF systems, these could be prone to clogging, especially with frequent short-trip driving, leading to warning lights, reduced power, and costly regeneration or replacement. Injector issues. While not as pervasive as on the 1KD/2KD, fuel injector wear or defect could occur, leading to rough running, smoke, or poor fuel economy. EGR valve carbon buildup. A common issue for all modern diesels, leading to blockages and performance issues. Water pump leaks. Some reports of water pump failures or leaks. Faults and breakdowns, key issues. Cylinder head gasket/block corrosion, most critical. Cause: a design flaw in the aluminum cylinder block where electrolysis or poor coolant maintenance could lead to corrosion/pitting under the cylinder head gasket, particularly between cylinders. Symptoms: unexplained coolant loss, overheating, white smoke from the exhaust, burning coolant, oil/coolant mixing, milky oil, or loss of compression. Solution: requires engine removal, resurfacing, skimming of the cylinder head and potentially the block, and sometimes specialized repair, sleeving of the corroded areas if pitting is too deep. This is an expensive repair. Prevention: while an inherent flaw in some blocks, using the correct Toyota-specific long-life coolant and ensuring regular changes can help mitigate the risk, but it doesn't guarantee prevention. High oil consumption. Cause: often attributed to stuck piston rings due to carbon buildup or turbocharger wear. Symptoms: frequent need to top up engine oil, blue smoke from the exhaust, especially on startup or acceleration. Solution: depending on the cause, it might involve piston ring freeing treatments, turbocharger repair/replacement, or in severe cases, engine overhaul. DPF clogging on DPF-equipped models. Cause: primarily frequent short journeys that don't allow the DPF to reach sufficient temperatures for passive or active regeneration. Faulty sensors can also contribute. Symptoms: DPF warning light, reduced engine power, limp mode, increased fuel consumption, rough idle. Solution: forced regeneration by a mechanic, DPF cleaning, or in severe cases, DPF replacement, very costly. Prevention: regular highway driving, at least 20 to 30 minutes at sustained speed, to allow for complete regeneration cycles. EGR valve carbon buildup. Cause: soot and exhaust gases recirculating, leading to deposits. Symptoms: rough idle, loss of power, increased emissions, engine warning light. Solution: cleaning or replacement of the EGR valve and cooler. Injector amplifier, EDU, or injector defects. Cause: electrical or mechanical failure of the fuel injectors or their control unit. Symptoms: rough running, misfires, black or white smoke, poor fuel economy. Solution: diagnosis to identify faulty injector/EDU and replacement. Fuel consumption. The 1AD FDV generally offers good fuel economy, especially for a 2.0-liter diesel. Official combined cycle, e.g., events is often in the range of 5.0 to 6.5 L/100 km. Real-world driving varies with vehicle, driving style, and conditions. Owners commonly report highway driving 5.5 to 7.0 L/100 km, approximate 33.6 to 42.8 mpg US or 40.4 to 51.4 mpg imperial. Combined/urban driving 7.0 to 9.0 L/100 km, approximate 26.1 to 33.6 mpg US or 31.4 to 40.4 mpg imperial. DPF-equipped cars used for short trips might see higher consumption due to interrupted regeneration cycles. Timing. The Toyota 2.0D 4D1AD FDV engine uses a timing chain to drive its camshafts. Maintenance. Timing chains are generally designed to last the life of the engine. This means there is no prescribed replacement interval like with a timing belt, saving on a significant maintenance cost. Potential issues. While durable, Timing chains can stretch over very high mileage or due to poor oil changes, leading to rattling noises, especially on cold start or timing issues. This would necessitate replacement of the chain kit, chain, tensioners, guides, which can still be a labor-intensive job. Symptoms of wear: a metallic rattling sound, particularly noticeable on cold startup, which may persist or get louder as the engine warms up. Oil type: as a modern common rail diesel, especially with a DPF for those equipped, the 1A DFDV requires specific low ash, low SAPs, sulfate ash, phosphorus, sulfur, synthetic diesel engine oil. Look for specifications such as ACES C2 or C3. ACES C2 is often explicitly recommended for fuel economy or energy-conserving FE oils. For models without DPF, API-CF, 4 or CF, or ACEA B1 might be specified, but using a higher quality C2/C3 oil is generally still beneficial. Viscosity: the most commonly recommended viscosity is SAE 5W30. Some manuals might also allow 0W30 or 5W40, depending on climate. Always consult your vehicle's owner's manual for the precise recommendation. Oil capacity: the engine oil capacity is typically around 5.9 to 6.3 liters, including the filter, though some sources mention over 6 liters, so having 7 liters for a fill and reserve is often suggested. Change interval: Toyota generally recommends oil changes every 15,000 kilometers, approximate 9,000 miles or 12 months, whichever comes first. However, given the potential for oil consumption and the importance of oil quality for the timing chain and DPF, shorter intervals, e.g., 10,000 kilometers or even 7,500 kilometers, especially for DPF-equipped cars or those doing frequent short trips, are often recommended by specialists. Versions: the 1AD FDV itself primarily existed in different power output configurations and without DPF, rather than distinct generations. It was superseded by the 1.6D, 4D, 1WW, and 2.0D, 4D, 2WW engines in later models, which were in fact BMW-sourced engines, marking a shift in Toyota's diesel strategy for the European market. In summary, the Toyota 2.0D 4D1AD FDV is a refined and economical diesel engine for its class, benefiting from a timing chain for reduced maintenance. However, it is largely defined by its susceptibility to cylinder head gasket/block corrosion and potential for higher oil consumption. Prospective buyers and current owners should be keenly aware of these issues and prioritize diligent maintenance, especially regarding coolant type and changes and oil quality and intervals, to maximize its lifespan. Thank you for watching the video, and I invite you to subscribe to the MOTO Free channel. Greetings to everyone, and see you in the next episode. See you soon.